Hello, this is Francis from McCaffrey's Crafts, and today I'm just showing you a bunch of Blackthorn shillelaghs that I made over the last few days, and I'll be putting these online shortly. I just think it always looks kind of impressive when you see them all kind of lined up together one by one. I'll probably make an individual video actually of each one of these sticks and put them over online as well, because each of them have their own kind of unique kind of characters. So I like to put them all together like this in a line so you can see that Blackthorn shillelaghs, they come in all shapes and sizes. We have our different types of handles. You know, we have like your natural bark. You have different finishes on them as well. Some of the colors come out like a little bit different as well of how they've seasoned. You know, here was the one that I hand carved the last day. Remember that one that I did the video on, I think 2 or 3 days ago. So yeah, so like these are your kind of typical unpainted and finished Blackthorn shillelaghs. They can always be painted black as well, but you know, it just depends on a stick. Sometimes they look like, you know, sometimes this looks pretty good when painted kind of like you know, the black, and then sometimes you have these ones that look pretty good with the different finish on them as well. And when I have like the natural bark and the colors, and then I thought this one was quite a little bit different as well. The bark was naturally actually darker than usual, so I thought that was actually quite nice. See, when it's seasoned, sometimes like a lot of the color can come out, sometimes the color can stay, but yeah, so they would be what would be known as the Blackthorn shillelaghs. They're very good for Christmas gifts. These are all good, heavy, strong ones used as walking aids. These would be very good walking sticks. They can support like a lot of weight and everything. If you're using them for stick fighting and stuff, they're a bit on the heavy side for like one hand. Depends on what type of stick fighting you're doing. If you're a strong lad, grabbing 2 hands and flaking people around with sticks, you're fine. And you know, the thing is, with heavier sticks, you're still fine. Like you know, if you ever need to defend yourself, it's going to be you against probably some guy who doesn't have a stick. So as long as you swing a good heavy stick at him with 2 hands, you know, it's lights out for any kind of unsavory characters. So these are the famous sticks that you hear everyone talking about. There's a great history and tradition around them. You know, they are a symbol of Ireland. They've been giving out to dignitaries, to presidents who visit Ireland. You know, even I think Muhammad Ali came and they gave him one. Good old Bill Clinton, who is, you know, he was popular enough in Ireland because of his character, I suppose. But he got one as well. And, you know, anyone who comes, they usually would give like a Blackthorn to, because it is a good symbol of Ireland. Like, Blackthorn is Irish, in my opinion. If you want an Irish Blackthorn, you get it direct from an Irish shillelagh maker who makes handmade products. You know, like Blackthorn does grow in a few other places as well, and some other people, you know, they be selling their Irish Blackthorn, but like, you know, there's a lot of guys out there who just do it as a hobby. Like, you know, this is a full-time pursuit for myself. It's how I make my my living. So you know, I have to promote it as best I can. And again, I think it's important to develop full-time stick makers and to develop stick making as a viable business and as a viable profession. So far I've only kind of figured out how to make it a living for a kind of 1 or 2 person type of thing. So I have to try to figure out how to grow this business like next year. So that's the next probably stage of my development as a stick maker, because you go from being a hobbyist, from being part-time to doing it a bit more, to turning pro, paying all your taxes and VAT and all like that, and then, you know, you have to make sure that you have an earning after paying all your obligations as well. So it's an exciting business. It's not for everyone. You know, that's a nice little angle, isn't it, on it? Actually, that's how we should get a picture on it as well. So look, I'll always waffle away too much in these things as well. I love making these sticks. It's great when you guys, like, you know, praise me and say how good they are and stuff. As I said before, I love praise. It's you know, we need more of it in the world, especially nowadays. The Christmas run is upon us. The shipping times are pretty good at the moment. For all of these sticks, I use UPS mostly, and DHL for sometimes as well. UPS is just slightly cheaper for me to use than DHL. They're both the same really, so it makes no difference between the two who I use. It just depends on the area you're in, which has the best coverage. Sometimes UPS is better in certain areas, sometimes DHL is in certain areas. Like all I've learned is for some reason DHL seems to be better in Germany than UPS. for some particular reason. Don't know what that is, but yeah, so it's there's things you figure out like that. But I'm good on the shipping. If you order like one of the long hiking sticks, sometimes I can't send them with the courier if they're too long, and I have to use like what's called parcel post through the post office, which is pretty good, but it takes about 10 working days, which is 2 weeks, possibly just going into the 3-week mark. That's based on the shipping times I'm seeing at the moment. So you've plenty of time for Christmas if you want one of the long hiking stacks. If you want one of these sticks, literally, once you order it and I ship it, you'll have it in a few days. The shipping is very reliable at the moment with the couriers, because you know they're under a lot of pressure as well to up their game. Especially with what's going on in the world, like everyone has to up their game a bit and adapt and try to give better service to people as well. I'll make some individual videos on these guys as well, so you can kind of see all their natural kind of quirks and different things. But I always like when you see them kind of lined up together like that. All right, thanks for watching. Bye bye.